Hello everyone, welcome back. We have an incredible director and producer. He produced the music video of Subconscious by The Golden Main. His name is James King. Come down. So, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm very good.
Good.
So, we're going to get this right into it because I feel like our audience really want to know what you have to say about your music video.
Yeah.
So, what was your influences for your music video?
So, our influences for the music video Subconscious has to be mental illness and mental disability. The band itself was formed, with the idea of bringing them back together after a rather tragic incident which happened to the bass player. His name is Asher, and sadly he got into a bit of an accident and he was left in a coma for quite some time. And afterwards he went into a deep depression, and whatever the case may be, we were trying to rehabilitate him. Okay, so the band got together, and I've had words with some of the members, but I never actually gone and listened to them and whatever. But I did, and I loved their stuff, and so we decided to make this a thing. But ultimately, I was just trying to rehabilitate Asher, the bass player, and with that, we're looking into mental illness, and that is what we're targeting our band towards.
And did it actually help Asher?
For sure, yeah. Asher is. Thank you for asking. Yeah, he's doing very well. Thank you. I'm not sure if he's in the audience or not, but yeah, he'll definitely be watching this, and he's doing great. Thank you. Yeah, it really helps him a lot. He's really coming out his shell now.
So, did the abstract kind of idea come from like Asher's influence as well as other places? Did you have any other kind of aspects that came into play when you were thinking about this idea?
I would say that Asher was a very big part of it, because when he was describing to me, he suffers from multiple personality disorder. So when he was describing how it feels and how he hears voices, and he had a pretty hefty knock, that sort of made me research into it, and I looked at examples of it and what it can mean and how it drives people crazy, and that's what we wanted to capture in the music video. That is why it's so abstract. We want the audience to be, thinking about what we're trying to portray here, and a thought-provoking music video can't hurt anybody, and I think it's more interesting than just the same old basic, style. So yeah, I'd say that Ash was definitely an influence, as are other people who are currently suffering mental illness. But at the same time, I don't want people to think that we're using them to for revenue or whatever, or sales. We're just simply trying to target an audience and help an audience at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with researching what you're entering, sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a heavy topic, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
So, also, this is actually a very important question, but how was the editing, and like how long did it take you to make this video? Because I thought such an abstract kind of video would take some time to create.
It sure did. It took a good few months. There was lots of hours put into it. Of course, after shooting the video with myself and my partner Talia, editing was an absolute nightmare. There was lots of hard hours put into it. Color correction, filters, cutting between shots, the whole lot. I mean, we really did put a lot of time and energy into this, but I'm happy. I think it looks great.
Did you have a lot of like drafts? Did you like scrap certain parts that you originally intended to put in?
No, we took hours and hours of footage, but only certain clips made it to the final outcome, the final result.
Yeah.
And with that, it's a bit off topic, but at the same time we had to do storyboards, animatics. There was a whole big thing around it. You can't just jump in and make it. You've got to really take your time, which is what we learned the hard way, basically, because our storyboard didn't actually turn out like our music video. However, nevertheless, I'm still very happy with how it did turn out, and it still carries the same narrative. Just it wasn't that much similar.
So, in reality, it diverted from what you originally intended, but it actually came to a really powerful video, didn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's just an incredible video. When I watched it, I almost cried. But
Well, thank you.
so now we're going to get into the more like statistical things.
Okay.
So, what was your intended fan base, and really, how did you actually intend to market this kind of video to this audience? Obviously, they must have been more alternative. So
yeah. Well, I would class our band for a starter as alternative rock, and I say that that's the same audience that we're going for. I think that rock is too hard and too heavy to for everyone to appreciate with respect to the genre. Um, at the same time, it's not that light either. It has got a bit of oomph to it, So I'd say it's a good toss up between the two. Um, and therefore, I think that a wider variety can appreciate the music because it's quite easy to listen to. But at the same time, we are targeting, a more alternative audience. We are trying to help people with the music through the lyrics and the tunes and everything. Um, so yeah, I would say it can be appreciated by everybody. However, it has got an intended audience of people who are into alternative rock music for sure.
So, is there a niche market, or is it quite mainstream?
I think it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as an alternative rock piece, then yeah, I would say so. But if you look at it as a piece of music in general, I think a lot of people can appreciate it. I myself listen to a wide variety of music. However, I wasn't classifying myself as, a heavy metal fan, even though I might listen to certain, heavier songs. But yeah, I would say that a wider variety can listen to this, 100%, yeah.
I absolutely agree. So now we're going to get into our Twitter kind of questions.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
our audience have been sending in some questions, and now I've got it on my iPad right here. So
Cool.
Tori the Tourist says, how did you start the band?
How did I start the band? Good question. So, the style sort of came with the people that we were working with. These guys, lovely guys by the way, but they were a bit shabby, a bit messy. Um, they were typical rock and roll guys. They weren't there, like a boy band with their fresh cut hair and tans and everything. They were just there, having a great time jamming out, sort of thing. So um, we did angle it into like an alternative rock, star image. However, I wouldn't say that it was necessarily made by us. I would say it's more like it is the way it is, sort of thing. We didn't style our band. We haven't shaped them or modelled them. I very simply used with what they've got, and I've worked with it.
That's actually very incredible. So do you feel like it's a kind of a mashup between like that boy band and like the rocker kind of? Do you feel like it's a mashup of those two styles?
Yeah. I mean, I find that boy bands are very, very loud, dare I say, rather obnoxious people. They know that they've got, thousands of screaming girls, and guys, But the fact is that we are going for, a wide variety, and therefore, when it comes to star image, we're not too fussed about it. We're just going with what we've got, and it's sort of like take it or leave it. It is what it is, sort of thing. They're authentic. They're not going to change for other people. They're almost quite rebellious in the way that they act, but yeah, they are their own people. I respect them, and I just work with it very simply.
That's very valid. I think working with people and matching it to their style is actually very important, because then you keep it to who they are, because you don't want it to be so like kind of synthetic, do you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think having an organic artist cannot be beat. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that nowadays in the music industry, things are not so much rigged, but things are planned out too much. You've got too much involvement from managers and producers and this one and that one. And although I am, within the same title as them, I give my band the freedom that they deserve. And, I don't let them walk all over me. But at the same time, if they don't want to prance around in, leather jackets or this or that, they don't have to. They can be their own people. I mean, I respect that, and I hope the audience and the listeners do as well, because, most of the rock people that they listen to are wearing makeup. They are wearing all this sort of stuff, and whether it's their true personality when they leave the set or not is a different question. But my guys are organic, and they're happy and they're proud and they love doing what they're doing, and that is how I want it. It's not about the money for us, it's about what comes out of this.
So, Blade Runners 89 says, overall, how was your experience making this video?
The experience was unbelievable. It was long, it was tiring, lots of late nights and long hours, but I can safely say hand on heart that it was worth every single second of it. From shooting it to the big run up, editing it, it was all long and painstaking, but at the same time, it was worth it. The outcome is something that I'm proud of. I'm rather amazed with what myself, Talia, and the band have managed to do, and I think we've done a good job of it.
So, for my final question, which I feel is very valid, how do you see this band succeeding, and what do you think their future holds for them?
Right, so I think that the future of the band is bright. I think that we're new, we're fresh, we're not following the same rules as other bands, we're not putting on this fake persona, we're being very organic, very natural. They've got a bit of boy band in them, when they see, Shy, jamming out on the guitar, they've got that look to them. At the same time, though, these guys, that they've got their heart and soul and their emotions into their music. So I see us doing a lot more captivating and thought-provoking music videos. I see us doing more live performances than other bands have done previously, because I think there's nothing more empowering and important than seeing the band live in the flesh. You see the sweat dripping off them, you see them strumming their instruments, you see them banging the drums. There's nothing more amazing than seeing that in person, hearing their voice directly in front of you. That is what I want. At the same time, I'm not trying to take a righteous ground on this, but I don't see why we can't do any charity work. I think that nowadays, it's a rather selfish industry, and I look forward to giving back to the community. I look forward to giving back to the people, via charity, via donations, and special performances.
That's really nice, actually, and I hope to see much more of that in the future.
Yeah.
So, thank you for coming on to our show.
Thank you very much.
Please follow the Golden Mane on YouTube and go see their music video, which is Subconscious, and don't forget to give it a comment and a thumbs up on YouTube and Facebook as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.